Gina Carano, or Serrano, I don't know, is in talks with Filoni and Favreau to return to the franchise as Cara Dune. This after termination after voicing her opinion on lawsuits that followed. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think she's a great actress, and the character didn't do much for me either. But I guess it's good for her. This is the review of Champions, and I'm your host, Grandmaster. With me is a powerful panel made up of the finest champion cigar has to offer. Let me introduce them to you. First up, we have Mr. Taylor first. How are you, man?
The force is with me.
And up, we have Merv. How are you?
I am very good.
Not fantastic this time. Okay. Today we're going to talk about the episode 5 and 6 of the new Marvel Disney Plus show, Maul Shadlow Lord. But before we do that, I want to ask you all to help us out. Like, share, subscribe, and join our forum at Sacardo.freeforums.net. You can set up that account, get to know us, and join our shows on the channel. Sure. We would love it if you do that. Spoiler warning, we will talk about the two episodes of this week in depth. So if you haven't seen them, do that first and then come back to our video. The Empire has arrived at Genex, and it drives several factions into each other's arms. And Taylor, we didn't hear you about episode 3 and 4 last week, so I will just give you the floor and discuss all 4 episodes at once if you want.
uh, I'll be honest, I don't have really strong feelings either way on this show. It's fine. I'm enjoying it for what it is. It's a cartoon. I think they could have dropped this on the regular Disney cable channel, and it would have been one of the hundreds of cartoons and shows that they have on there, and no one really would have noticed. But because it's on Disney Plus and it's Star Wars, it's an event. So I don't see it as much of an event. Like I said, I don't dislike it. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to continue to watch it till the end. But I'm not blown away by it. I'm not thrilled by it. I think the story is fine. I think the action scenes I think are actually quite good for the most part. They do a good job with the lightsaber scenes and the force wielding. But will I go back and rewatch this show multiple times? Probably not in the future.
Okay, fair. Specifically, these last 2 episodes, any highlights or criticisms about it? Or
Well, like I said, I think the action scenes are really the highlight for me. The one on the train or whatever it was with the Jedi Hunter and the Jedi, and then Maul coming in. It was really really well done and really exciting. The only issue I have with the show actually is kind of the bait and switch. The show is called Maul Shadow Hunter or Shadow Lord, excuse me. He's really not the main character of the show.
no.
The main character is the cop and the girl who's like Ahsoka but isn't Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Who Filoni, those characters that Filoni loves to write about, Ahsoka and characters like Ahsoka, but they're the main characters of the show, and Maul is not even in it nearly as much as they are. And his story, it's their story. He's more of the catalyst of the story than the main protagonist of it. And I just they do that a lot on shows nowadays. It seems when they have these big IPs, they put a well-known popular character up front in all the advertising and everything, and in the title, and then they're not really the main character, and they use that to creep to put in a bunch of new characters that they want to bring in. And that's like I said, if the story's good, I'm good. I don't care, but. There's a little bit of it does feel a little bit like they they did the bait and switch on this one.
Yeah, I think you're right. Merv, last week, I recall we were predicting that the Empire would unite some people in this show, and it kind of happened. And I can see why, by the way. But I will let you talk about these 2 episodes.
Yeah. As it does, the Empire brings people together. Whether they intended it that way or not. I felt a lot of like threads of Andor in the scenes surrounding the Empire's appearance on the, I forget the planet's name. I'm bad with that, especially.
Gen
But
X.
Janix.
Gen X,
Yeah.
Not Gen X. That's
I was just gonna say,
that's our generation, Taylor.
that's my planet. I'm just
with this
I
new
come from
millennial
there.
planet, the
Yeah.
Millennial Falcon on Gen X.
Yeah.
But I felt a lot of that through, especially the first episode out of these two, episode 5, where all of a sudden the tension's through the roof with everyone, and everyone's like under scrutiny, and all of a sudden there's stops in the streets and all that stuff, and I really dug that vibe. And then the release of that is the episode 6 with I think there were at least 2 lightsaber battles. One of them in the apartment of the detective, escaping that situation from the crazy Merrick, and then the other one on the train, which I thought was fantastic. I think it leads into the train, but the train sequence especially was its highlight, I think. I thought both those scenes, much like Taylor said, I think the action in this animation is really fun to watch. I also really enjoy a lot of the character moments. I guess you got a few in this one, but particularly like the Maul not Ahsoka dynamic. I enjoyed that in the last batch of episodes. And you got a little taste of it here where they're fighting side by side against the Inquisitor. So I did like that. I liked all the stuff at the police station too. Where's the chief now? She got transferred, and then you just see him like crumble up the her badge or whatever, like put it away. It's like she's never coming back. Where's she at? Probably in a prison on some watery planet somewhere. And it's just it's fun. It kind of reminds me of the rest of the universe. And let's be clear, like the bait and switch isn't something new. I mean, Attack of the Clones wasn't exactly about the Clone War. It's kind of like, oh, looks like it'll be fun. Oh, what's that? The next episode, the war's over. Oh, well, that's okay. Cool.
Side note: you guys know that meme, right? Where actually all the Star Wars movies have the wrong name, but if you can put the all 9 movie names on a different movie and it works better. You know that meme, right?
So the Rise of Skywalker, it goes up here.
yeah, exactly. So, and none of them is really like correct, but Star Wars is just like that.
It's like they remembered a good title too late, but they were too afraid not to use it.
Let's just say that the 2 main producers, 2 out of 3 at least, George Lucas and Dave Filoni, are not the best in writing. That's not their strong suit.
But yeah, I really enjoyed these episodes. I really enjoyed this season so far. But again, I will preface this with saying I am limited in my exposure of Star Wars animated projects. I watched the first season of Clone Wars, couldn't really get into it. I think I watched the first season of Bad Batch, still never continued that. And then it's like really hit or miss, like where I touch base with Star Wars and animation in general. But I think these 2 episodes are really great.
No, well, I have actually the same thing. Clone Wars and Bad Batch. I actually watched the first season of Bad Batch, liked it, but never continued. And Clone Wars, I'm struggling to get through it. I never even touched Rebels, if you know what I mean. So that sounds weird, by the way. But I really enjoyed this show. I'm actually, when I'm watching, and not playing on my phone while I'm watching. No, I'm actually watching. It's enjoyable, so that's good. And I just want to say there was one shot in episode 6 on the train. The fight was over, and then you get like the face of Maul and that tunnel that with the lights. I thought that was an excellent shot, and I was like, okay, the level of animation is really, really good. So for an animated show, and I must admit I'm maybe a bit like conservative here, but I'm not really like into animation. Like it's the same for me as live action. For an animated show, I really, really enjoy this. Yeah. Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, it is the way it is.
I just wanted to point out too the other shot that stuck with me was whenever they escape the apartment, and I think his name's Merrick, but the Inquisitor is just like standing there menacingly with his lightsaber, which he does a couple of times. But that one shot where they're flying away on the ship and he's just standing on like the edge of the balcony or whatever, I thought that was a really good shot too.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
hard not to make like, you know, the design of that Inquisitor is really fun to look at, you know, especially with the light red lightsaber shining right around him. So it's an easy climb.
Yeah, but it almost feels like that guy from the Acolyte is back, which is timeline wise not possible, and it also gives me Ben Solo vibes. I don't know which is timeline wise also not possible, but
Also, the Inquisitors in Obi-Wan Kenobi show
Yeah.
too.
yeah. It's just weird,
But they do a good job on this show when they're using lightsabers of using the effect of the light from the sabers themselves and the way it's cast on the different characters and the shadows and everything. They do a really good job with that animation.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't complain about the lightsaber fights in this show. Absolutely not. That's still the worst one is the one between Darth Vader and old Obi-Wan Kenobi on the Death Star.
The first one we get.
Yeah, but it was so slow. Is it already finished? I mean, started 50 years ago. It's still not done. But anyway.
There were stormtroopers running over to watch that too.
Yeah.
they were leaving their post to go watch that. Amazing.
Yeah, like I said, writing and well, never mind. Let's just rate these two episodes, please.
Come on, it was an old man and a cripple having a sword fight.
Yeah. Well, just looking for was it long? Anyway, let's rate these two episodes before we get really silly. Start with you, Taylor.
I will give these episodes 7 out of 10. They're pretty good. And I was interested to hear the news that you had at the top of the show about Cara Dune. I was kind of in the back of my mind hoping that she might show up in Mandalorian and Grogu, but I guess that's not going to happen. But maybe we'll get her later on, so I hope so.
Okay. Merv?
I'll go 9 out of 10. I'm not sure if there's much room for improvement over these episodes, but I'm enjoying them quite a lot. So I just want to reflect that.
Well, I'm going to take the neutral ground here as European, not Swiss, but still European. I will go 8 out of 10, right in the middle. So yeah, it's fair, right? That will conclude our review for episode 5 and 6 of Maul Shadlow Lord. We hope you have enjoyed our discussion today. If you did, help us out. Like, share, and subscribe. And join our forum at cigar.freeforums.net. Just click on the link in the description and you get to set up an account. Next week, we will be back to discuss episode 7 and 8. You can check out our review series for Daredevil Born Again Season 2. For now, I want to thank you all also on behalf of Merv and Taylor and wish the Force to be with you. Bye.